Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning into today's video. We have more PlayStation news, rumors and leaks to go over. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and if you're here new to the channel, please consider subscribing. So we're starting off with some exciting news if you're a fan of the studio that co-developed Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Now, one of the co-developers, a company called Virtuos, they are one of the studios working on MGS Delta Snake Eater. They've announced that it will be expanding its operation with a brand new branch in South Korea. The newly established studio Virtuos Seoul will focus on supporting Korean game developers in bringing their projects to a global audience while addressing the unique challenges that Korean studios face in the international market. South Korea has long been a powerhouse in the gaming industry with a deeply ingrained gaming culture and a market that ranks as the fourth largest in the world. The country has produced some of the most successful and influential games, making it a vital hub for both game development and esports. And by establishing a physical presence in Seoul, Virtuos aims to work more closely with local developers, fostering stronger co-development and collaboration efforts. Sean Yoon, the general manager of Virtuos Seoul, emphasized that the importance of the expansion, stating that the studio's mission is to bridge the gap between Korean game development and the global market. And by doing so, they hope to overcome the hurdles that often come with international game development, such as cultural differences, localization challenges, and the technical demands. Now, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is set to launch on August 28th, 2025 for the PS5. The highly anticipated game is a ground-up remake of MGS3 Snake Eater, a beloved classic in the stealth action genre originally released in 2024. The remake promises to deliver a modernized experience while staying true to the original game's core elements. And one of the most exciting aspects of MGS Delta Snake Eater is its new and improved damage system. The game will feature real-time wound depiction, meaning that as Snake takes damage, his injuries will be visually reflected on his body. Clothing will deteriorate as well over time, adding to another layer of realism and immersion into the survival mechanics. And the new systems enhance the game's already deep survival elements, making the game experience more intense and engaging for both newcomers and long-time fans of the series. And while the gameplay is receiving significant upgrades, the remake will retain the original voice acting, ensuring that the iconic performances remain intact. However, the visuals have been completely overhauled, featuring high-resolution cutscenes and brand new character models that bring the world of Snake Eater to life like never before. Now, players will have the option to choose between a modern or a classic control system, catering to both who prefer the original mechanics and those who want a more contemporary and modern feel. The story of MGS Delta Snake Eater remains unchanged, taking players back to the Cold War era of the 1960s. The game follows Naked Snake, voiced by David Hayter, as he embarks on a covert mission to infiltrate a heavily fortified Russian compound and rescue a nuclear scientist. The mission is filled with political intrigue, tactical espionage, and survival elements that made the original game a masterpiece of its time. With the remake, Virtuos and Konami are striving to reintroduce this classic game to a new generation of gamers while giving longtime fans a fresh yet faithful experience. And the combination of modernized visuals, improved gameplay mechanics, and the retention of the original storytelling makes MGS Delta Snake Eater one of the most anticipated game releases for 2025. And as Virtuos expands its reach into South Korea and works on high-profile projects like Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, it's clear that the studio is positioning itself as a major player in the global gaming industry. When with a focus on collaboration and innovation, Virtuos is set to play a significant role in shaping the future of game development, both in Korea and beyond. Okay, so let's move on. Now, Rockstar Games and GTA 6 could potentially introduce a new price tag in gaming, and that new standard looks like it could be $100 for AAA games. Now, Rockstar Games' upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 has already generated immense buzz, and recent reports suggest that the game could come with a record-breaking price tag. An industry analyst has speculated that Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, may price GTA 6 at $100 or more per copy. So that $100 could be the minimum price tag, not the maximum. And if this happens, it would mark a significant shift in gaming pricing, setting a new precedent for AAA games. The reasoning behind the potential price increase is also tied to GTA Online, Rockstar's wildly successful multiplayer component. The theory is that Rockstar could justify a higher price point by bundling in game currency for GTA Online, effectively making the extra cost feel like an investment rather than just an inflated retail price. but also it entices players to go and try GTA Online for the next generation, because you've already got money invested in GTA Online, so players will probably feel like they are obliged to go online. This model would follow in the footsteps of Call of Duty's integration strategy, where premium game purchases were linked with Warzone and mobile content, leading to a 40% boost in their sales. Interestingly, this isn't the first time the idea of a $100 game has surfaced. The gaming industry has been gradually increasing the prices of new releases, with NBA 2K21 being the first title to introduce the now standard $70 price tag for current gen games in 2020. Other publishers quickly followed suit, including Sony, pricing all of their new AAA games at $70. And if GTA 6 successfully sells at $100, it could open the door for other studios to push their prices higher as well. And historically, Rockstar has set financial records with its blockbuster releases. GTA 5 became the fastest entertainment product in the world to reach 1 billion in retail sales, and with over 210 million copies shipped, it remains one of the best-selling games of all time. Given this track record, GTA 6's pricing experiment could redefine how major publishers approach game sales. As for the game itself, Rockstar is still targeting a fall 2025 release for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and if the reports about its pricing are accurate, gamers will soon have to decide if the higher upfront cost is worth the experience. If there's any studio that can pull this off, it's Rockstar Games. Am I in favor of it? Absolutely not. But if anyone can do it and actually get away with it, then it's Rockstar. Rockstar has a track record of delivering near perfect experiences with both the Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption series. Their games aren't just played, they are actually lived in for years, even decades. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2, released in 2018. Even today, it still looks and feels like a next-gen title. In fact, it looks better than a lot of current-gen titles. And GTA 5, millions are still engaged in GTA 5, whether it's single-player or online. And it always ranks in the top 5 or 10 charts for game sales. So while I don't want to see a $100 price tag become the norm, if any company can justify it, it's Rockstar. And will they get away with it? Yeah, of course they will. Because when GTA 6 drops in 2025, it won't just be a game, it'll be the biggest entertainment release in history, breaking records, and it will generate billions in 24 hours. But here's my concern. Other studios seeing Rockstar's success and using it as an excuse to hike their own prices to $100. That's where the problem starts. Unlike Rockstar, not every studio can deliver decade-long gaming experiences. And if they try to follow suit, there's going to be a backlash. I believe gamers will push back, and most will just wait for the price to drop a few months later. What do you think? Will the $100 price tag become the new standard for AAA gaming? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below and let's move on. One of the most talked about co-op games right now is Split Fiction, a title that puts players in the shoes of two struggling writers who navigate levels based on the stories that they have attempted to publish. The game is designed exclusively for cooperative play, meaning that players must work together to progress through its unique narrative-driven levels. One standout feature of Split Fiction is its generous sharing system. So each copy of the game comes with a friend pass, allowing one additional player to join for free. And because of this, the actual number of people who have experienced the game is likely much higher than the official sales number reported, approaching approximately 2 million players. And critics have been largely positive about the game. A recent review described Split Fiction as visually far ahead of its predecessor, It Takes Two, but noted that it shares a similar gameplay structure. Some concerns have been raised about the game's environments becoming too repetitive, as players frequently transition between two main settings. However, the game compensates for this with a variety of side stories and ever-changing mechanics, ensuring that the overall experience remains fresh and engaging. In addition to its gameplay, Split Fiction has also sparked discussions about artificial intelligence within the gaming arena. The game's director recently spoke about the potential impact of AI on the games industry, warning that it could have a greater effect on society than the internet itself. While acknowledging that AI could lead to job losses, he also emphasized that new technologies have always disrupted industries. And rather than resisting change, he believes developers should explore how AI can enhance gaming experiences, though he admitted that his own studio has yet to implement AI in any significant way. I've not played Split Fiction personally myself so far, so let me know in the comments if you have, and what are your thoughts on the game. It does look pretty good, I have to admit, but not too keen on the two-player co-op much rather prefer a single player experience. But let me know your thoughts down below. But it is good to see, as a smaller studio, it's good to see it doing well and have so many players engage with the game. So fair play to them. Let's move on. Sony has registered a fascinating new patent in relation to its latest controller technology. And according to a recent published document, Sony is working on a DualSense controller with built-in heating and cooling features. And this technology could adjust the temperature of a controller's handles to enhance comfort during gameplay. The patent describes a heat transfer module embedded within the controller's grips. The module would allow different parts of the controller to heat up or cool down independently, helping to regulate hand temperature. For instance, if a player's fingers are cold but the palms are sweaty, we've all had that experience, right? The controller could adjust accordingly, ensuring a more comfortable grip. Actually, I was thinking about something completely different. I was thinking about, imagine if you're playing a game and the environment is hot, your controller could respond by getting warmer. Rather than regulating your temperature, it immerses you in the game environment. Or if you're playing a game where you're shooting quite a lot and your gun or weapon gets hot and heats up, then that's reflected as your controller gets warmer or cooler depending on the weapon that you're using. Imagine how wild that would be. Sony's been known for pushing hardware innovations, and this patent is no exception. The idea of temperature control in gaming controllers is not entirely new, but Sony's approach appears to be more dynamic and customizable than previous attempts. The patent even suggests that the heat transfer technology could extend beyond the standard PlayStation controller, with possible applications in joysticks, steering wheels, flight yokes, and even remote controls. Of course, as with any patent, there's no guarantee that this technology will ever reach the market. Many patents are filed as concepts and never actually make it into any actual production. However, if Sony does proceed with this idea, it could lead to a significant upgrade for future PlayStation controllers. Major gaming companies have been exploring new ways to enhance hardware, and this patent suggests that Sony is committed to expanding what can be done with controller technology. Whether or not the heated DualSense controller becomes a reality in the future, it's clear that Sony is actively seeking new ways to evolve the gaming experience. Okay guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on the topics discussed in today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and I'll catch you on the next video.